Alright, time for the next episode of the Time Loop, and we're here at the uniquely shaped, as I usually call it, Loose Tooth Racing Circuit, Zhuhai, in China, the only Chinese racetrack in the game. I was going to say in the world, there's two other ones. One that's ever been in every game, and one that's exclusive to Formula 1 games. So, well, then, if that one were in this game, I wouldn't ever use it because I don't like the Shanghai Racing Circuit at all. But so we have, well, as I said, the Loose Tooth Racing Circuit. You can clearly tell it's from China. And today we are playing XT3. We have a very interesting selection of opponents. We have, starting just to my left, we have Mojo Jojo. Down here in 6th, we have Raceman. Bedlam starts in 8th. The 27 car is back for another round and starting 9th, and that is basically it. Hopefully from back there, and hopefully because it's not Grease Lightning, that 27 car will not be as much of a problem as it was last episode. HUD. I need it. There it is. This track is notoriously bouncy. Or bumpy, rather. The cars are therefore bouncy because of that, but you know what I mean. I'm currently recording this at almost 8 in the morning. I haven't slept yet, so quality of racing won't be too high. One reason why I chose the Acura for this, because it's like my most familiar GT3 car. In hindsight, also kind of wishing I'd chosen a truck I was more used to, like, well, not Fuji again, but, some like Monza or Silverstone, rather than this. Like, so I didn't have a racing, I had a racing league here not too long ago, and I have the Audi R8 for that, and that turn right there is absolutely a nightmare in the R8, as is basically any corner with banking, a curb, bumps, or a hill, but yeah, I only have so fast on the Audi R8 for a reason. I mean, I have Carbon and Paradox on there, but as far as characters I have to play as, I only will ever have to play as so fast. And he's kind of an end-game, end-story character, so I don't have to worry about that for a while. I definitely missed that by about half a mile. Jesus. Might be topic to discuss that kind of revolves around the comment I left on the Extreme Racing finale, but at the same time I'm also trying to get a safe, like, 2-3 second gap to my opponents, so that if I start distracting myself with that conversation that I won't pay a severe price for it, like, you know, being sent back down to like 7th place. Of course, this game's AI, and it's like within striking distance type of programming, like, you know, how they seem to get more effective the closer they are to you, as you can kind of see. This Porsche is right there. Alright. Receive some assistance from that Porsche. Iris, man, how are you? You kind of see even like the AI just kind of struggle for traction in that turn. This is a perfect example of XT3's racing style. A little mildly, very ever so mildly aggressive, but at the same time, if he hits you, it's also probably partially your fault, because you could have given him probably a tiny bit extra space, and I cannot make that turn for whatever reason. And of course, crucially, the AI, of course, can, when I need them to not be able to, but here we are. Okay, no, I definitely do not have the time for that discussion, or topic of discussion, because I'm not even ahead of the opponents anymore. Okay, let's make the turn this time. Mojo Jojo suddenly, of all people, has proven himself as a worthy driver. I really didn't want to do that, I just kind of had to. I was just going to destroy his back bumper, and I didn't really want to do that either, so... Now we're here, in third, following Mojo Jojo around in China. It actually would have been great to see Blossom here in China, considering she actually knows how to speak basic Chinese. Would have been ironic, at least, but no such luck. Oh, God, turn. It's an entire second faster than our other best lap. I do not like that behind me. Please go away. Mojo Jojo really wants that lead. I mean, no, really, but he's getting a little pushy for it. Sticking his nose in places at times he shouldn't be doing it. What is this orange glow? Is there a sandstorm going on? Oh, it's haze, I bet. No, it's just clear skies. It just seems really hazy right now, but apparently it is not. Mojo goes for the move again. He literally goes through the grass, but passes the Renault. I will take every bit of advantage of this. Turn the lights on because it is getting incredibly dark. Incredibly fast, as it always does in this series. Oh, Mojo, I'm taking that line. Thank you. Mojo, of course, knows his way around a robot. Or two. Or an army. I don't want Universe 1 Grease Lightning and get to know Mojo Jojo. That will be a nightmare. Oh, hopefully that is probably the best I've taken that corner yet, but still not good enough. track isn't terribly well lit, to say the least. The only thing about that corner is there's seemingly nothing to tell you where to brake for it. There's no kind of sign or marker or any kind of other random object along the way to tell you, hey, this is where you should probably get on the brakes. Nope, just kind of guess and hope. And if you're incorrect, pray. There's a little sign to the left that you can use for this one. I broke just before it, and it made this corner perfectly fine. Next corner, there is a rather similar billboard. Also, Mojo is no longer in second place. Very right up there is a billboard you can also use. Just brake a little after it, which I didn't really do. I broke right at it. Made the turn, well, better than usual. About even with my fastest lap. Okay, so it seems that I will not be getting much of a break from my AI opponents during this race to try and discuss that topic. If I can get a good turn here, I can maybe get enough space to begin. Let's say it's decent, but unfortunately theirs was just as good, so I've gained nothing on that stupid Aston. I just about baited myself back into the grass over there, because I saw the Aston Martin was like getting greedy, and I was like, okay, gotta brake later than him. And I definitely did, but I also almost broke later than the road allows. Which would have been a problem, because I'd just been back to square, like, 2. Really square 1 if we'd been back in 4th place. I get far away in Sector 2. Sector 3 I break even, but Sector 1 they always just inexplicably catch back up to me, which is, you know, admittedly very, very frustrating. Yeah, I thought I had maybe a chance to talk, and then the Aston Martin got inexplicably closer, and I'm like, okay, nope, I don't. Go away! I don't want any of what you are selling. I don't want it. Leave. Most of what it was going to just basically be was touching up on the whole thing I mentioned of, like, ironic juxtaposition of serious things in, or not serious things in very, yet and very indeed serious environments. I mean, start talking, I immediately almost miss a turn completely. I see you in my mirror, you're like getting like sexually attracted to this position, and I'd rather you didn't. But yeah, one thing that did actually attract me to Fusion Fall, other than the Powerpuff Girls being a part of it, is, you know, the idea of, it's like this impending excuse me! Really, Aston Martin? It was like impending villain, and who better to try and deal with it than these like random Cartoon Network characters from, well, most people's childhoods for that matter. And it's almost kind of what I try to build. Okay, you just blatantly cut the track to try and gain the edge on me there. I'm getting close to having about sufficient amounts of your shit here, Mr. Aston Martin. Just because you're stuck in an inferior vehicle doesn't mean you gotta go taking it out on me. Or trying to take it out on me. Not my fault. You could have picked a different car. Oh, so it is raining? I think? It's some form of precipitation at the very least. That was painfully obvious, but I felt like it's still needed to be said. You know, the track is getting shiny and reflective already, which means that there's moisture upon it. Good, this corner just got even harder to take. One I already went to the pits. And win for the opposite of muscle tone from the last race. Wait a minute. It's just snow. Excuse me, game? I'm not even worried about the precipitation. I'm worried about what the Aston Martin is going to do back there. In reaction to me dealing with the precipitation. I don't need that much fuel. What in the heck? Point proven here. You're just like sniffing my exhaust fumes right now. Do they smell really? Do they really smell that good, Mr. Aston Martin? Do you really need to get that close to him? Oh, this next turn is gonna be sketchy. Oh, I've actually had the inverse effect of what I expected. I expected to slide all over the place and have to be like Paul Walker for a split second. No, actually the car decided to be a Gran Turismo 6 machine and understeer like a freaking barge. And then that's where I slide. You know, when I'm not ready for it. Because, of course, when else would I start to slide around? And the pit entrance here is weird, but kind of has to be taken. Oh, weird and slippery, 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 slippery. Water has a tendency to do that. This brave fool is going an extra lap. What are you doing to yourself? Is that muscle tone again? I know he's not here, but it wouldn't shock me. There's the almighty 27 car that Grease Lightning hates so much now. What is the repairing? I have no damage to the car. Oh, there goes the Aston. For reasons. Alright. Now that I am on the correct tires, Mr. Aston, it is time for you to get back here. I'm going to need that lead. Hopefully snow is lighter than rain in this game when it comes to like water moisture levels. But it's slicker at the same time, but I'm kind of hoping that means that there won't be any puddles accumulating, because that's what makes rain racing dangerous in this game. You put wet tires on and rain just feels like slower dry track. It's when you hit a puddle that the game just goes from 0 to 100 instantaneously. And on a track like this, I can only imagine that avoiding aforementioned puddles can be a mega pain in the behind. A place like that, I imagine there'd be a really nice puddle to run into. I think I even see one forming on the inside of that corner, which, frankly, is a terrifying idea. Suddenly intense brightness as the leader, as it were, now pits. The sun has come up beyond the billboards and pit lane to illuminate the race course again. I felt the car. I always had thought I felt the car attempt to give on me, and I was like, oh no, you're not. You need to note too, when it comes to this series so far, it's basically been feast or famine. I haven't actually just been outright defeated by one or two opponents. It's always been I win, or I don't, and I get like dead last. Like the last race, or the race with the governor, for example. I didn't just lose to a couple of cars, I lost to basically all of them, especially in the last race. You know, I'm on your diffuser. It isn't so fun now, is it, Mr. Aston? I am on your Aston. Haha! You really tried to deny me that line, huh? Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. There's a puddle there! I knew it! I knew that was going to happen. You can brake later than that. I think there was a puddle there, and I just kind of went through it without a single care given. And we are now on to the final lap after this turn. Hopefully, this time with less of a blood pressure jump. There's a tiny bit of puddle right there for no apparent reason, and that's what causes the car to go like, oh, no, no. Why is there a puddle there? It's not fun. Or there, I'm trying to rub my eye and the car just suddenly pulls right on me without me pressing the control stick. Okay, so I thought the snow would be lighter, we wouldn't get many puddles accumulated. No, there's actually more, and they're in way worse places than they were at the Nürburgring before. This race now really only has two objectives. Survive and keep this number 70 car away from me. What the fuck? How was that a puddle that came out of nowhere, but the noise that was associated with it just about deafened me? Now it's his turn to just drive right through the darn puddle. With not a single care in the world. Alright, one more corner to go in this one. Ugh. No. It's definitely not been pretty. But no successful driver really is, X3 wins in, well, snowy conditions. My new challenge is to try and complete this lap full tilt with no traction control. This can either go shockingly well, or I'm going to crash. Oh, God. Okay, whoever programmed that puddles would spawn there, okay. Oh, my dear God. I should have shift there. I guess on the golden lap I don't technically have to take the stupid right-hander up here. Oh, magically spawning pit crew. They just drive through a guy. Now, Raceman came up pretty quickly here. Mojo Jojo is the one who went out on an extra lap and must have thought he was an evil genius, but instead it was just evilly mistaken. Bedlam just about broke even here in 7th. Raceman really hit it big here.